Shalom, shalom, salam, salam. Shema Israel, Shema Israel. Come join Indio Israel. I made it my social media presence online, all about showing people who we are. So ndio wasiwasi come to misunderstand or to think that guys are just coming into the truth because they want to be different. No, it's not that. But see, we have always been in the awakening, but we've been in and out of the awakening. So I remember thinking about Africa being the land of the lost tribes. I know for sure at our oral history, me being an American, we Merus actually believe that we came down that whole coast of East Africa from Arabia. We came down and took a settle somewhere around Manda. The story is you can Google it. We settled around Manda and Pate area, which is just close to Lamu. And then when the Ngontone or the Redskins or Esau, when Esau came for us, that's when we furthered and ventured into the country. Tulifuata the river, the Sion, the river, I've seen it in maps called Rio de Espiritu Santi, which is just the Tana River that comes from Mount Kenya. That means Mount Kenya is Sion. As you come now, in this map, what I have on the background actually is a photo I took. It's a screen grab of a map. These maps fetch top dollar. And I think I know why, man, because we've seen and found Kingdom of Judah in Africa, we've found Pella in the Bible in South Africa, we found Zaire in the Bible, and this one was shown to me because I don't believe anyone else made this correlation. I mean, it might have been in history, but that's long history or long forgotten history. So nchini kwanza niwapeleke kwa the actual verse that tells us of this. Some of these things, people think that they know, but they don't know. And that's who we know. We are considered as if we are almost crazy people for thinking or holding a particular thought or opinion about something. So niwaanzishie ndio muone vile nilifika to that picture. What you see, and I first landed on this in reading, and someone had given me a breadcrumb yenye nilifuata and nikashare the screen muone. Yeah, I think you can see. Sorry guys, hizo tabs zote ziko open. Naitanga maintaining a school of thought, a train of thought. So there's a point that opened that I don't want to take you through that because I myself will find myself going back to that right now. That's the thing that I wanted to do. So yeah, you can see I was reading about Zaire, and you can see Edom and Libna. Libna is Libya. Revolt. The days of Jehoram, Edom rebelled against the hand of Yehuda and appointed their own king. So Joram crossed over to Srala. The Hebrew root word is Zaire. Zaire is a place on the border of Edom. Kama nakumbuka history, but when I was growing up, DRC was called Zaire. And it was called Zaire because from after Zaire, that is the Congo, it's like you've left the equatorial parts of Africa, so you're going into the deserts. That's why it says a place on the border of Edom, because when you cross over from Nubia on top and come down, that's like when you cross Zaire, you go now to Northern Africa. That's what I'm saying. With all these chariots, and the Edomites surrounded him and his chariot commanders, he rose up and attacked by night. His troops, however, fled to their homes. So Joram, we went over to Zaire. But after like just carefully going through this book, I found another gem here, and I want to share with you because hii ilionyeshwa tu kwangu. Sorry, I have to go down to chapter 9. So in First Kings chapter 9, let me just open the whole chapter so that you can see what I'm talking about. I've opened actually some other occurrences in the book, but this is what led me there. Of course, we know the Lord's response to Solomon. We can read all of this actually, but the point where I wanted to bring guys here is when Solomon was building this temple and his house, and you can see correlations. This is actually where I got so much into it. Where it says Pharaoh, king of Egypt, means whatever is happening here is in Africa, had attacked and captured Giza. Yes, Giza. He had set it on fire, killed the Canaanites who lived in the city, and given it as a dowry to his daughter, Solomon's wife. I don't know who this wife is. Might be Bathsheba, might be the many wives Solomon had. So Solomon rebuilt Giza, Lower Beth-horon, Balat, and Tamar. And what? Tamar, in the wilderness of Yehuda. It says in the wilderness of Yehuda. Now, people will say that this is not the Sahara Desert or the Sahel region, but we all have our reservations. Let's proceed. As well as the store cities that Solomon had for his chariots and horses, whatever he desired to build in Jerusalem, Lebanon, and throughout the land of his dominion. So you can see, as for all the people who remained, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, these are the real inhabitants of Jerusalem today in Kenya. Jebusites, people who are not Israelites, their descendants who remained in the land, those whom the Israelites were unable to devote to destruction. We couldn't kick them out. So we continued cohabiting with them. A lot of intermarriages, a lot of crazy things happened. So Solomon conscripted these people to be forced laborers. I don't know if you hear me. Solomon conscripted these people, the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, whom we were supposed to kick out of the land. Solomon conscripted these people to be forced laborers or slaves, as they are to this day, but they're not. We became the slaves. So, but Solomon did consign any of the Israelites to slavery because they were his men of war, his servants, his officers, his captains, and the commanders of his chariots and cavalry. No Israelite, no black Negro was in slavery when Solomon was reigning. They were also the chief officers of Solomon's projects managers like me. I would have been there. 550 supervisors over the people who did the work. As soon as Pharaoh's daughter had come up from the city of David, to the palace that Solomon had built for her, he built the supporting terraces. City of David, guys. 3 times a year, Solomon offered burnt offerings and peace offerings unto the altar he had built for Yahuwah, burning incense with them before Yahuwah. So he completed the temple. Here's where I got hooked. King Solomon also assembled a fleet of ships at Ezion-Geber, which is near Eloth in Edom, on the shore of the Red Sea. Now this is them trying to hide it. But when I saw this Ezion-Geber, immediately my mind, and this is just to show you how spiritual revelation comes, immediately my mind went off on a tangent. And I started looking for the same Ezion-Geber. So I went into maps, and you can't find anything apart from what they tell you is Ezion-Geber. So let me show you where they're trying to tell us Ezion-Geber is. This is a hijack of the century, guys, and they continue to do these things to this day. So Ezion-Geber, it says here, ancient city, Jordan. This is Britannica, guys. These are the people who write your history. Ezion-Geber, modern, Tal al-Khalifa, seaport of Solomon and the latter kings of Yehuda, located at the northern end of the Gulf of Aqaba in what is now Ma'an Governorate, Jordan. The site was found independently by archaeologists Fritz Frank and Nelson Gluck. Gluck's excavations in the early 40s proved that the site had been a fortified settlement surrounded by strong walls from the 10th to 4th century BC. It was almost certainly founded about 950 BCE by Solomon, who used it both as a port of trade, fear, and large-scale copper refinery. Now, I want you to see the map here because they shared a map. They shared a map, and I was bereft of words, man. Where's the map? And this all sounded like a joke until it wasn't. So let me just go back to where I was. We're going back. I didn't see that move. Trying to go back. Not there, not there. Yeah, come. So we can actually get pictures and see what they're telling us Ezion-Geber and where it is. There's some different pictures, but let's look at this one. It says Tyre. Sidon is somewhere also here. Tyre and Sidon is actually this entire coast leading up to the Gaza Strip, what we call the Gaza Strip. It's not Jerusalem, it's Hebron, but they call it Jerusalem because they want everything to be here. But it's much farther down here. So this is where they say Ezion-Geber is. All of this is the land of Eden, right? Including this. All of this is Idumea. Idumea is all of this. So if they tell us this is Ezion-Geber, does this look like a fortified and strong coastline? Well, you can say it's fortified because it's so much inland. But besides that, it doesn't look like it's a strong port city. Absolutely nothing can be here as a port city. How the ships navigate this whole brook. So I asked myself, Ezion-Geber. I came and I found it in some other scriptures, huh? This is Numbers 33, 35, and 36, actually. Let's click for the chapter so that we can just see it in context. 42 journeys of the Israelites. Basically recaps how these guys went around. We still have this information, so we're going to start at 33 to Hor. I know Hor. Hor, not Hor. Agidad encamped at Jobathah. They set out from Jobathah, encamped at Abrona. They set out from Abrona, encamped at Ezion-Geber. So when they camped at Ezion-Geber, encamped at Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. Set out from Kadesh, encamped at Mount Hor. There is a Mount Hor. It's in Africa, in the outskirts of the land of Edom. Outskirts, the land of Edom. Aaron, priest climbed Mount Hor and died there on the first day of the 5th month. This month, actually. Wow. So, I don't know how to drill this further back home, guys, but I was shocked when I came here. And this is not the actual map that led me here. It's what you see on your screen. It's on my background. So Ezion-Geber. We have Zion here. So Ezion sounds like beside Zion, Amakandoya, Zion, adjacent, something like that. And we have Geber. So it's ZANGUEBAR. Zanzibar got its name from ZANGUEBAR. This whole coast was called ZANGUEBAR. And it's where Solomon had his fleet. Coastline of Africa, East Africa, Mombasa, Malindi, Pati, Brava, Magadoxo. It goes all the way down to Kiloa, actually. You can see Kiloa down here. We need to understand our history better. And guys, please share this if you can. Let it get to as many people as might want to see or hear and question the official indoctrinated narrative. So kama unaona kitu sahi, share tu na beste yako, a few people. I mean, even if you go to church, man, you can just throw it out there and discuss it, because you don't know it, but we are the true lost tribes of Israel, and Israel is Africa. So as usual, this is your boy, American Bantu, signing out. Peace and love to you. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah.